final little background fact about Central Park. What was displaced by Central Park? If you go back to the 1850s, you find that there were actually people living in Central Park. But the Knickerbocker generation wanted to have a magnificent front yard for their mansions on Fifth Avenue. So big money, big New York money, built the park. And what it displaced was two villages. One was an Irish shanty town. And according to legend, a lot of the Irish were actually living in caves. I think of these as my ancestors, since I'm Irish, the lost tribe of Israel. The other was an African-American village, much more highly developed, frame houses, and two churches. And needless to say, the Irish and the African-Americans didn't want to be displaced. They fought back, and the police had to come in and remove them. So what is Christo saying about that? Well, let's go a little further. One of the things you noticed when you walked through Central Park was the way, when the gates were up like this, every breeze became visible. Ordinarily, you can't see the wind. And particularly this view across the Great Pond showed these banners waving in the wind, and they became something like a kind of Shinto procession. From a distance, it looked as if there were spirits moving in the landscape. And of course, that's what wind is. Spiritus is, breath is the wind. There are ghosts in Central Park. There's lots of history buried there, and especially the ghosts of what was dispossessed. Recently, the New York Times rediscovered this. They had a story about the African-American village. I don't think they mentioned the Irish, unfortunately. But when I looked at these, I thought, well, as Wordsworth said, there is a spirit in the woods, but you can't see it, except when these gates made something visible. Something invisible became visible, moving in the landscape. At that point, I began to feel like Christo had really done something incredibly beautiful to the park. He made something visible. Something that was gone came back just for a moment. And now it's not there anymore, but I think this piece is going to be remembered for a long time, even though designed to be ephemeral. So.